Mind over matter is a phrase I heard continuously while growing up. It is one I have grown to appreciate. This saying essentially means that no obstacle can stop someone from achieving whatever he wants in life, because when one commits to something with his mind, then half the battle is already won. For the people in the audience that don't know me, my name is Luca, and you might have seen that while walking, I have a slight limp, and that my gait is a bit different. This is due to my very mild cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is a disorder that affects muscle tone, movement, and motor skills. It is characterized by muscle stiffness. Although the exact cause of CP is not known, many cases of it are associated to a lack of oxygen during pregnancy or birth, when the newborn doesn't get enough oxygen. CP is more common in premature babies, specifically in multiple births, and in babies that weigh less than 3 pounds. There are about 500,000 cases of CP affecting children in the US. I myself am one of these cases. I'm a premature identical twin, and at birth I weighed 2.5 pounds. I never have, and currently don't consider my CP as an obstacle, but rather something that I have to work on and work with. It's what motivates me to try even harder to accomplish tasks that are harder for me compared to the average person. As a little kid, I was always the last one in my grade to learn how to swim, how to ride a bike, how to ski. I was never a fast runner and encountered great difficulty when learning how to hop. Although always being last at the time was something that I found very irritating, looking back on it now, I feel that it was quite beneficial for me, as it allowed me to always have someone in front of me pulling me forward. Currently, I am rowing competitively 5 times a week and occasionally race during the weekends, something that I never thought I would have been able to achieve when I first started rowing. I also ran Cor La Vita, running 12 kilometers straight, something that I've only been able to achieve since this year. This is how the simple motto, mind over matter, has influenced my life. However, I feel that its meaning truly can be applied to everyday situations, and not only those consisting of physical difficulties. Too many people nowadays look at a difficult task in front of them and just give up before even trying. This is mainly due to lack of motivation. Many people give up because they think that an obstacle in front of them is too hard to overcome. It's too easy to say, I'm bad at this, or I'll never make it. And just like that, give up. Many people around the world have proven that difficult is not the same thing as impossible. These people weren't some sort of superhero. They were everyday people which were very determined. Racism, sexism, and discrimination in general are all great obstacles that have existed for the longest of time, but that to this day are still very alive. Many people are judged due to the color of their skin, due to their sex, or even due to their nationality. Interestingly enough, research has proven that there is one common denominator that links successful people together. This is the fact that early on in their life, they were forced to contend with a great difficulty, a difficulty that set a tone for their life, and that allowed them to understand at a young age that life itself is full of problems, but that it's up to the individual to transform these problems into challenges, which will then have to be faced one by one. Understanding this at a young age puts one far ahead from the rest. It has been proven that when problems start showing their faces, those who have previously dealt with adversity will be able to distinguish a big problem from what in reality isn't one, while people that have had an easy life so far might struggle and encounter great difficulty. These are all individuals that confronted adversity early on in their life and that surpassed the many obstacles that life put in front of them. RJ Mitt, actor, producer, and philanthropist with CP. Throughout his work, he hopes to remove the stigma associated to disabilities. Sean Ross, model, actor, dancer, and activist with albinism. He informs others about his condition and raises awareness about bullying. He also promotes self-confidence. Mary Malik, a refugee from South Sudan, turned model and humanitarian. She created an organization that focuses on empowering girls and on providing education to the less fortunate. These are all individuals that are a great example for all of us to follow. One of my main points in this presentation is that we all are different. We all have our own obstacles. Mine just happened to be a physical difficulty, a mild diagnosis of cerebral palsy. I encourage you all here today to surpass the great obstacles that are in front of you and to help those which are trying to do the same as well. We all need somebody. We all should be there for somebody. I consider myself very lucky to have had multiple people in my life which have helped me throughout my difficulties. The most influential of these being my brother Dante. Dante, could you please come? Okay. All right. There you go. Who has always helped me overcome my difficulties by being an example to follow. Remember, one's mindset can be his biggest advantage or obstacle. When one commits to something with both his body and his mind, then he truly is unstoppable. Thank you.